Montana This Morning continues on Montana's News Leader.
Much of the Vegas Strip goes dark as the city marks the moment 1 week ago when a gunman opened fire. I'm Wendy Gillette in New York City with a tribute to the victims coming up.
And closer to home, Bozeman City Commissioners vote on a deal with the winning candidate for city manager. Coming up, financial details on the proposed contract with Andrea Surratt. Meantime, 6:30 here, Chet Lehman with you. Missy O'Malley is off today. Matt Elwell has our forecast in a moment. Our top national story, the city of Las Vegas marked the moment 1 week ago when a gunman opened fire on a crowded music festival, resulting in the deadliest mass shooting in modern U.S. history. The officer who led the initial raid on the shooter's hotel room publicly shared some of the scariest details of that night. CBS's Wendy Gillette has the latest.
Parts of the Las Vegas Strip went dark overnight for 10 minutes, marking the exact moment 1 week ago that a gunman opened fire, killing 58 people and wounding nearly 500 at an outdoor music festival. There was also a candlelight vigil held close to where the carnage took place. Gatherers chanted "All the power to the people" and spread the love.
It's like a deadly game of hide and seek.
On 60 Minutes Sunday night, the makeshift SWAT team of officers who first approached the Mandalay Bay hotel room of gunman Stephen Paddock spoke publicly. The officers say Paddock screwed shut a stairwell door to slow them down. They also described how his room was so full of guns and ammo they were tripping over it, saying it resembled a gun store. A yellow note served as proof of Paddock's intricate planning.
He must have done the calculations or gone online or something to figure it out of what his altitude was going to be, on how high up he was, how far out the crowd was going to be, and at that distance, what his drop of his bullet was going to be.
Federal investigators returned for another search of Paddock's Mesquite, Nevada home on Sunday. They say they once again checked and documented the house where they found a cache of guns and potential explosives the day after the shooting. Wendy Gillette, CBS News.
Now, the FBI says it has processed the objects and belongings left behind the night of the shooting. Those items will now be returned to their owners. Right now, 6:32, Matt joins us. A chilly start to our work week out there. That going to be the trend for the rest of the week?
I think the mornings are going to be cool. Maybe not as cool as this morning. Today is just kind of one of those days. You're going to want that extra layer as you're heading out the door. Temperatures into the low 20s across most of the area. 14 degrees this morning in West Yellowstone. Chilly start to the day there. It looks like our satellite and radar showing clearing skies. It's going to be beautiful sunrise. Daytime highs today into the low 50s, upper 40s for most areas. We may be a little cooler than that in the mining city. Watch for patchy fog as you're driving around this morning. We'll talk more about the timing of our slight warm-up. It's kind of an up and down forecast. Details coming up in just a few minutes.
It looks like a sunrise might be delayed a little bit
maybe
right now. A little foggy over there. Be careful if you're driving around. Our top local story this morning, authorities say one person was killed, 2 others were injured following a car crash near Helena early Saturday morning. Lewis and Clark County Coroner's Office confirms the driver of the vehicle, 16-year-old Logan Goose, was pronounced dead at the scene. 2 passengers in the Ford F-250 were both 15-year-old males taken to St. Peter's Hospital with non-life-threatening injuries. Also, while in Missoula this weekend from the Montana Tech Conference, Senator Steve Daines met face-to-face with Guthrie McLean, University of Montana student who Daines helped release after being detained in China this past July. McLean was detained in Changshu, China, following an altercation with a cab driver. Senator Daines and his team worked to secure the release of McLean from a Chinese detention center later that month. Before the Montana High Tech Jobs Summit yesterday, Daines had the opportunity to speak with McLean in person.
And we were thankful that he was released. He's back here in the campus at the University of Montana, finishing up his senior year. But I can tell you, when we met, it was a great moment, and we both had smiles on our face.
Closer to home, Bozeman City Commission will vote tonight whether to approve a contract with Andrea Surratt as the new city manager. Commissioners voted 5-0 in favor of hiring Surratt from the job last week. If approved, Surratt will be paid $148,500 a year, the same as previous city manager Chris Kukulski. However, Surratt will get a $10,000 raise in her second year. That starts November 1st of 2018. Plus, she receives a housing supplement of $2,000 a month and a transportation reimbursement of $570 a month. Her moving expenses will also be paid for by the City of Bozeman. Now, a few hot topic items are also on the agenda for tonight's City Commission meeting. MTN's Morgan Davies takes a look at what you can expect.
After a lawsuit that stopped a vote on the second plan for the Black Olive Apartments, a new vote is back on the agenda. At last week's meeting, commissioners made a motion to put the vote for Black and Olive on this week's agenda and discuss what they expect to be a large public turnout, as the group that put the lawsuit on the city says they will all try to be present.
The fact that it represents many other projects that are going to come, and the cumulative effects of that are really going to be negative for the town.
The original plan for Black Olive did not pass back in April. Suggestions were made to developer Andy Holleran that would comply with neighborhood district zoning rules, like adding more parking spaces and having the building set back as not to create an urban canyon.
You don't want to overbuild, but there's going to be more intensity there than, say, compared to 2 miles to the south or 2 miles to the north.
Still, members of the Save Bozeman group believe that a building like this will hurt their home values and take away from the character of downtown Bozeman. The meeting will start tomorrow at 6 p.m. at City Hall. Commissioners discuss that if there is an overrun of public comment at the meeting, then they will consider calling a special session on Tuesday to hold the vote. Reporting in Bozeman, Morgan Davies, MTN News.
Again, that meeting is tonight. We'll be at that meeting. We'll have live reports coming up at 5:30 and 10 o'clock tonight as well. Well, there are 2 seats up for election on the Bozeman City Commission. We've been introducing you to those candidates who are running to fill those seats. Heidi Arneson is the last candidate we have to introduce you to. She's running to fill the position of either Eho Pomeroy, who is running as an incumbent, or Mayor Carson Taylor's position, which he will not be running for again. Arneson says that she believes her time as a school board member has prepared her for a spot as a commissioner.
It's the same place the school board was 10 years ago when I ran for school board, and I've actually seen what happens when the strategic plan and the community vision kind of becomes a living document and becomes part of the culture. And I'd like to see that happen at the city level as well.
Now, the other candidates, along with Arneson and Pomeroy, the incumbent for City Commission seat, are Doug Chandler, Terry Cunningham, and Matt Saporito. In other news, Fort Harrison's Veteran Cemetery received a makeover recently. Saluting Branches, a nonprofit organization that round up arborists and volunteers to landscape and prune veteran properties, spent the day recently sprucing up the cemetery. TN's Lindsay Ford has our story.
Saluting Branches is a national event aimed to help care for and honor properties dedicated to veterans. Patrick Plattenberg helped organize the Helena event.
A lot of the veteran cemeteries do not have the staffing or the funding needed to take care of their trees. And arborists who are visiting the cemeteries, visiting family or friends that were buried there, noticed this and got together and figured this would be a good thing for us to do as tree workers, to volunteer. You got it, Jeff. You got it. You know.
Plattenberg says about 40 volunteers helped at the Fort Harrison Cemetery, including some veterans.
Again, we want to take out dead branches.
Arborist volunteers taught others how to properly use tools, care for, and to plant trees.
A lot of people like to use pruners, such as bypass pruner or loppers, but most of the time when we're pruning trees, we actually use a saw.
Watch your arm there.
Betsy Nordell volunteered because she says she has a personal connection.
My father was a veteran, and this was a way to participate in a day of service and honor veterans.
Let her get one too, though.
Tom Hall, who is the cemetery program manager for the Montana State Veterans Center, said it's an honor to take care of the grounds at Fort Harrison.
Absolutely, and that is what it's all about. It's all about the respect for our veterans who have given us the freedoms we have, and that's why we enjoy taking care of this place so much. It's such an honorable place, and it's just a pleasure to work here, absolutely.
In Helena, Lindsay Ford, MTN News.
Now, 2017 is the third year Saluting Branches has been involved with helping landscape the veterans' grounds. Belgrade police responded to a call Sunday morning after a large moose wandered into Lewis and Clark Park. His name, Bullwinkle, imagine that. Bullwinkle observed walking around the park before he was safely tranquilized by Fish, Wildlife and Park staff, later moved to a safe location. A post from Belgrade Police read, quote, "We would like to take this moment to remind our citizens that wildlife occasionally wander into town. When such incidents occur, please remember to give them plenty of space," end quote. Safe travels to Bullwinkle, by the way. Here's a great update for you. Donations continue to pour in for our wildfire relief fund. Our grand total now stands at more than $422,000. This wildlife relief fund is a partnership between MTN News and the Montana Community Foundation. We do send an enormous thank you to everyone who has donated so far. $422,000. We love that. We're going to take a quick break here on Montana This Morning. When we come back, we'll talk STEM curriculum live with Bozeman School Superintendent Dr. Rob Watson and Bozeman School Foundation's Ann Hosner, getting STEM to younger grades through a program called Project Lead the Way. That happens live right after the break. But first, here's a look at what's coming up at 7 on CBS This Morning.
Good morning to you. Ahead on CBS This Morning, we'll talk with New York Times correspondent Jodi Kantor after she co-authored the article that led to the firing of movie mogul Harvey Weinstein. And first on CBS This Morning, Monica Lewinsky is here with her new campaign to stop cyberbullying. We'll see you 7 o'clock on the dot.